5 years ago, I was in a very, very, very bad place. And it hurts to even think about it. In 2013, I had been married to my husband, and we have 4 great kids. But it was a very emotionally, not physically, but financially and mentally abusive relationship. And I realized that this person actually didn't care about me. He cared about what control he had over me, and he had threatened to buy a pistol. Through that, I managed to get a hold of the Bridge. They helped me with just altogether getting me out of that situation. My concentration back then was making sure I didn't lose my kids. And that was my fear, because if I didn't have a place to live, the state would take my kids. If I didn't have food or clothing or coats or shoes or just the necessities, I would lose my kids, and I don't think I could have handled that. Initially, when I started, the coalition wasn't there. It was somebody was trying to. It was an idea that people were trying to get around. And it made it difficult. It was honestly difficult.
So the Fremont Family Coalition has really built the prevention system that has made great strides in allowing families to enter at any given agency, but receive the same services as the agencies all collaborate together.
I didn't want to ask for help, and then normally I wouldn't, but I didn't have a choice. I felt like an absolutely horrible person for not being able to take care of my family. And every time I had to ask somebody else, it just made it that much worse. I needed a lot of help. I needed financial help, diapers. I needed emotional help and the confidence to be able to do what I needed to do. For me, I was a single mom I was 30-something, and if that had been available at that time, I may have been able to get out of my little rut a lot faster, because it took more work for me to figure out where to go and who to talk to. And in all reality, the hardest part was asking for help in the first place, because nobody wants to continue to ask and think that they're being a burden on society. It hurts to be that burden, and it hurts to have to ask, but it's not about the handout. It's about handing up and giving that person that confidence, or giving that person that ability to be somebody again, and to get out of that rut that they're in, and to not degrade them, but be humane about the assistance that they can provide.
So Molly really began as many of the other families we've seen. They're down, they are not sure where to go for resources, they haven't experienced this before necessarily, and they're just kind of lost. And so what we strive to do is really pick them up and empower them, and make them the guide for their life.
The benefit for other companies to be involved is very simple. If you have employees who are able to be self-sufficient and have the resources they need to be successful, that's inevitably going to align with the results of any company.
So the Bring Up Nebraska Initiative and the Fremont Family Coalition are always looking for new members to join, whether you're a part of a business, a nonprofit, in a church, or any of the systems that have an impact on families daily. We want you to join in. The Bring Up Nebraska Initiative really shines a light on the collaborative process that we have built here in Fremont. And it really strives to encourage other communities to join in the efforts, and so we can have Nebraska be one of the great states that has community preventions all across the state.
In my opinion, the biggest strength of Fremont lies in the fact that there are community leaders that are willing to step up and really take charge of the change and really allocate those resources to better the lives of the community members.
And it's not something that I want anybody to go through. And that's why when I was asked to help with the coalition, I did it full-fledged. I was trying to do everything I could, because asking the first time is hard, and it doesn't get better. It gets worse every time you have to ask. And if you can ask one person and they can get you connected to 5 others that have different opportunities for you, it helps so much.